Welcome to Proust My Startup, the podcast that offers you a glimpse at the personalities of the people that make the local startup ecosystem in Malaysia. I'm Vanessa Muledus, aka Brand Shifu with an H on Instagram, the founder of North Branding Consulting Boutique Agency. I'm a brand strategist, 24/7 immersed by the sides of entrepreneurs, startups, and SME founders. As a brand consultant, a mentor, but also an entrepreneur program facilitator, an investment jury, and a business angel. In Proust My Startup, I want to really discover who are the people that make our local startup ecosystem. Because I'm a brand strategist, I want to understand how their personal brand might influence or shape the corporate brand of their organization. Today's episode is recorded from CloudMile's Center of Excellence in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Startups thrive on innovation, and CloudMile is here to fuel that journey. As a leading AI and cloud technology company in Asia, they help businesses drive digital transformation and growth, leveraging machine learning, big data, and cloud solutions. With a team made up of certified technical experts and a strong network of technology partners, including being one of just 40 Google Cloud Managed Services providers globally, CloudMile has supported more than 1,200 companies through consulting, technical, and managed services. I've seen it firsthand with my own mentees, tech startup founders. The Center of Excellence in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, now offers startups a collaborative space to explore generative AI, data management, security, and more, and advance their digital competitiveness with cloud and AI adoption. So if, like them, you want to experience it yourself, visit today my.cloud. Hi, Kayvin.
Hi, Vanessa. Good to see you.
Good to see you again. It's been what, 2 days?
Yeah.
2 days.
2 days, exactly 2 days.
So, for an introduction here, Kayvin is my client, and we've been working together quite intensely since about 2 months, something like this.
Right.
Yeah, to unearth his brand, OTA, over the air.
Yes, over the air.
Which he will present a little bit later. It's been a great fun so far, and part of the team is here behind the scene. Great fun, great team, super cool team, and amazing company.
Thank you
on
so
many
much.
aspects. So I'm really glad because Kayvin said okay to my invitation. So I'm glad to have him over. It's his first podcast.
Yeah, by the way, it is. It is
Yes.
my very first podcast.
So I'm really double honored here, especially I'm not a real big podcaster for now. So very honored here. So to start with, do you know the Proust questionnaire? Have you ever heard of it?
No.
No, which is normal. So Proust basically is Marcel Proust is a person.
Okay.
It's a French philosopher and writer
Mhm.
from the late 19th, early 20th century.
All right.
Okay. He was super famous back then already. And at some point, he unearthed a questionnaire that he started to make popular amongst his circle, intellectuals, aristocrats, in Paris especially. And the idea was he would ask 35 questions.
35.
35.
Wow.
And he thought those questions were somehow a window to the soul. Yeah. Like you would really know someone through those questions.
I
And
see.
he started with himself.
I see. Okay.
So it was a really popular indoor game back then. And what we're going to go today to do is basically have the very same questionnaire. So it's 100 years plus, and we're going to ask the very same questions.
Wow.
And you will see it's so universal that even 1 century inside, we're still super good with it. Super interesting.
Okay, cool.
So we are taking the 35 questions. You can answer the way you want. There is no pressure. You can go very short answers. You can go elaborating on your answers. That's up to you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Nothing offensive, nothing too deep and personal. But if you feel so, then you just pass.
All right, got it.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. So first question is, what is your idea of perfect happiness?
Perfect happiness. In life or in work or in general?
In general.
Perfect happiness. I would say it's that probably the time that I spend with my families and my kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that would be a perfect happiness for them, seeing them it's chaotic at times, but most of the time, the laughter, the joy is still contagious. So for me personally, I would think that it would be the moment that I spend with my families and my kids. Yeah.
All right, very good. The second question is, what is your greatest fear?
Fear.
And that can be very large. I tell you with the precedent guests.
Fear. The greatest fear? Wow. I've never really thought of that.
I know that's the purpose of this questionnaire, and that's why Proust thought it was really revealing the nature of an individual because you're obliged to pause and reflect about yourself.
Okay. I would think is letting down on the people that who believe in me. For example, like first when we started the company, right? The four co-founder, we know the risk or what it takes to do a startup, to be a startup. We know the risk, right? But as and when the company grows, we start having more team members that they believe in us, in what we do. They want to grow with us, right? And we also see the potential in them as well. But it would be one of my greatest fear if we fail to do that. How do I put it? That uh, if we fail to be a sustainable company in that sense, from a point of view, we fail them because they believe in us. They want to grow with us together, right? So that could be one of my greatest fear, I suppose.
And I heard it from other guests as well.
Oh, yeah.
Very thunder thinking.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. You have a weight on your shoulder now.
In a way, yeah. Because when you're on your own, you sort of like know what it takes, and yeah, you have the appetite for it and so on. As in when you grow, so it's subconsciously it's sort of like added the weight onto the shoulders that I mean you want them to do well. Like they if they believe in you, they wanna be a part of your company, then that's yeah, failing them could be one of the greatest fear that I have. Yeah.
Okay. Just give me a second. I'm just putting that
All
here.
right.
All right. Question number 3. What is the trait you most deplore in yourself? So deplore as in don't like.
In myself, probably impatient.
Impatient.
Yeah, I believe it is because yeah, they are nodding now. They are nodding now.
So behind the scene are some stuff here, and yes, they are nodding like greatly, like yes, yes.
Yeah, probably impatience, I would say, because I wanting to move fast, right? Because we are in a tech startup, so I want result, progress, everything. I just want it to be fast, but sometimes you can't. You just have to be a little bit patient and go through the process. You can't just skip some of the process, right? So that could be one of the thing that I would deplore of myself, like impatient. It's just one of it.
Okay. Now, what is the trait you most deplore in others?
Deplore in dishonest, I believe. Dishonest. Reason being, because when we wanna like onboard like new members and stuff like that, I'll give them the full trust to begin with, right? Because if we want to start working together, um, I will I will hope that you will be someone that is dependable and that we all can rely on because each of us has our own responsibility and task, right? So if something that has been tasked to you, we sort of like expect you to be able to handle it. No, if you have problems, you just bring it up, then we see how can we navigate or solve it. But no, just don't be dishonest about things and stuff like that. I would say that.
Okay.
Mm.
So now, which living person do you most admire?
Living person?
Can be someone famous, can be someone from your close circle.
Living person. I would say I don't know. Okay. I mean, personally, Elon Musk is quite a inspirations to me because reason being, okay, beside politics, we're not gonna
Sure.
deal with the politics
That
side
has
of things.
changed quite a bit
Yeah,
for a lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
people. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
so we're not gonna deal with that, right? But however, the company that he started to me, right, personally, I think he's pushing the boundaries, right? Even
Correct.
all the
Correct.
odds are like against him. Like that to me is really, if he's be able to successfully build those company, that really mean really good for the mankind as a whole. So that's what
True.
I think is really amazing.
I understand perfectly. Now, something very different. What is your greatest extravagance? You've got
Aha.
one.
Yeah, I do. I do. I mean, for me, it's actually family trips.
Family trips.
Family
Very
trips.
good.
Yes, yes. That. Okay, how I put it, like when I take my family, like my wife and kids, going overseas and stuff, I don't mind spend a little bit extra, because the entire experience and all. I think that is priceless to me, right? That moment, although they may not remember it, the kids, right? But to me and my wife, is I find that it's really priceless in the sense that seeing them, like, innocent, and the fun that they have. Yeah, I would say it's a family trip that I
Very
always
good.
spend. My wife would agree, like way more than what we have budgeted for. So yeah.
Lucky family.
Um, but I work, like, I mean, not I, right? But the thing is, I don't get to spend a lot of time with them, right? So whenever we
True.
had a moment with them, so I would like to have it, fun, joy,
Yeah.
and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Make it a memorable
Yes,
moment.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
I understand. So now, what is your current state of mind?
Current state of mind, as in personal
Yeah.
or business
Can
or
be your personal and business, I guess, is very intertwined.
yeah.
So,
That we trying to go to the, how do I put it, right? We as the company OTA, right? We have been expanding. Then we are looking for the next vertical that we want to introduce in the company. So there has been multiple data points that what we should do, but what we really want to is just focus on a single area that we can build from there. Then all our customers will be able to how do I put it? Will be able to have the second vertical that they be able to generate extra revenues from. That's basically what we do. We have multiple services that we want to roll out, but we don't want to do it all at once, right? So what we're trying to do is look for one that we deem that has much more success in it, then we want to roll it out. Yeah, probably that would be the focus as of
okay.
now. Yeah.
All right. What do you consider the most overrated virtue?
Overrate. What does it mean? Like,
So it means like a virtue, a quality that everyone would speak about, that it's a must-have, but you are not so in agreement with.
I'm not so agreement with must have that I'm not agree with. Huh. Mm, any pointers?
Could be, I don't know, kindness, because the word is so harsh and everyone should be kind. Like kindness at work. I read an article about that yesterday. Like someone was saying, kindness at work, for instance, is
Mm-hmm.
overrated. I can't remember who was that. Revolut, I think,
Okay.
founder,
Okay.
was saying that. So everyone says we live in a harsh world, so kindness should be a driver. And he says, honestly, kindness at work, I don't care. I don't think it is so important.
Wow. I
Can be
don't agree.
as bold as that,
I
yeah.
don't agree.
So that's for instance,
Okay.
for him,
Okay. I disagree.
an
Yeah, but yeah.
overrated
Yeah,
virtue.
overrated. I
Yeah,
see. I see.
just as an example.
Okay. Okay. Uh, hmm. Can we revisit that? Because
Yeah,
as
well,
of now,
yeah,
I
yeah.
really, I
If
really,
it's a tough one
yeah,
usually.
yeah.
So
Because
it's not an one that you have in mind every single day.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So question number 9: on what occasion do you lie? So do you cheat?
On what occasion do I lie? On what occasions? Well, if I think that telling the truth doesn't help, That's probably when
Yeah.
I just don't. I'm not lying. I just don't tell the truth, like because it doesn't help me, like however I said it. So
You kind of omit it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, understand. A lot of guests actually say something like
Oh
this.
yeah,
White lies or omitting for a good reason,
yeah,
because the final end goal is more important. And there was no harm in doing that.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now, number 10, what do you most dislike about your appearance?
Most dislike about my appearance, probably the weight that I'm still working on for the past 3-4 months now.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's been improving, but
Mhm.
It's gonna take.
It's tough when you're a founder to
Ye-
find the time to also cater for this.
Yeah, yeah. But I've been working on it, so yeah,
Very
probably
good.
the weight. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 11, and you will see this question is very dated, but we can modernize it a bit. So number 11, 1 century ago, was which living person do you most despise? So really don't like. Back then, I suppose in the circles they would say names.
Mm.
But here in front of how many visitors we have on our
Yeah,
website,
yeah.
we don't want that. You have
Okay.
a reputation as a founder.
Yeah.
So it's more the kind I would turn it into which kind of person, living person, do you most despise?
Which kind of living person? I would say lack of integrity and dishonest. Reason being, a wise man once told me, right? If you want to partner, being in business or in life with anyone, the first thing that you need to know is the personality of that person, and also integrity is very important. Reason being, if you want to work together, you don't want to second guess the decisions they made, or like constantly doubting why do they make such decisions, right? Because it's all for the greater good of the company. So you don't want to second guess that. If you want to do that, then why even start to begin with? That was the point of it, right? Because both or more people, I mean, two should have like common goals. Like the ultimate goal is to do X, then just go towards that directions, right? Don't second guess on them. So integrity, I believe, is lack of that is not the person that I would want to be with or to work with. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, a bit related to this, what is the quality you most like in a man, gender man?
It's just the opposite of it, right? A man of integrity. Yeah.
If that is your
Yeah, yeah,
answer, yeah.
it is. So, because that when we start working together or we start partnership together, then I believe that I can fully rely on you. You do your part, I do my parts. Then that's all there is. So we can focus our resources and our energy to what that matters, not like second guessing each other.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So, answer to the next question may be the same. What is the quality you must like in a woman? Is it different?
woman. Huh. Never thought of that. The quality?
Means that you see women and men the same way, which is good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't see any difference. Yeah, it's the same. Because I mean, unless it's the wife, then it's different. But you're talking about
So
talking
it's
about
in general,
in
yeah.
general, then I mean, to me, it doesn't matter, right? Because
Integrity.
yeah,
Yep.
integrity is be kind.
Okay.
Yeah, treated as how you want to be treated. That's all that matters to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, which words or phrases do you most overuse?
Oh, wow.
I can tell one.
Oh yeah.
But first you.
I don't think it's in English though.
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you picked it up as well, ladies. Yeah.
What's that?
Reason being.
Reason being?
Mhm.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm not aware of it. I'm not aware of
There you
it.
go.
Okay. Oh, good to know. I'm okay.
I'm not sure if it's what you say
Well, I
at
don't
work,
know,
but
but
today I can tell you reason being
oh, is
during the
it?
interview. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Now
okay.
you will think
I
of it the whole
yeah.
interview.
I was thinking about something else, but
But
okay.
yeah, please tell me what was the other
Not a
thing?
nice one.
Yeah.
Not a nice one.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
Something you can't say
Yeah.
on
No.
camera.
No.
Okay,
Otherwise,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Now, what or who is the greatest love of your life?
Ah, that's the easy one. Families and kids. Without questions.
Yeah.
That's where I do what I do, and Yeah, when it get tough and be it in work or in life, right? Yeah, looking at them, it's just make it all that worth it to just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's as simple as that.
Where and when were you the happiest?
Huh. Where and when? Where and when? Okay, I think I got two scenario for it, right? At work, it just happened yesterday. It just happened yesterday. And I thought of myself, right? Because at work we're trying to solve some problem, right? And everyone in the team, it's so aligned. You know? Like they know what they had to do, what they have to do, and how to do it, and so on and so forth. That everyone is doing their own part, but at a same goal that no we're trying to achieve, right? Oh my God, that is I'm so happy during that
I
moment,
understand.
right?
Yes.
The momentum and everything is just it's the synergies. Yeah, I was very happy yesterday seeing that happen. Like everyone put their 110% trying to get it done. Yeah,
Nice.
that's at work. Well, at home, the usual, like seeing the kids, and all the innocent playing, full of full of energies and
Yeah.
imaginations
Yes.
and all that. Yeah, at home during the weekend, I would say it's that, but during the workday, it's probably when everyone is aligned and focused. Yes,
Nice. Which talent would you most like to have?
talent.
Can be really vast.
Talent. Probably, I hope that I can be better articulate myself better. Yeah,
Okay.
this is something that I find that I can still got room for improvement. Yeah.
All right. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
They probably say patient.
Back to the beginnings.
Yeah, yeah. That will probably it. Yeah, the patience that because I think I also know the reason why, right? Because I get to meet a lot of peoples and I was exposed to different ideas and way of thinking, right? Sometimes it just really, I mean, of my background as well, so it's really helped for me to like connect the dot. Oh, how can we solve it? Like, these few things that we group together, we might be able to solve it, right? But and I expect others to be able to catch up with me quickly, which is unfair to them. I know, but sometimes I was hoping that they can catch up as quickly as possible, but I didn't realize that it's unfair because they do not have the same exposures that I had, right? So it's something that I think I need to work on, to listen more to them and or try to explain and share more to them so they have the same understanding like me. Something around that.
Understand.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now, question number 19.
Oh,
We are
was
midway.
halfway through.
Midway.
Okay, okay, okay.
What do you consider your greatest achievement?
Wow. Married to my wife? Nah.
You see the person that has everyone in mind and think who gonna be kind of offended if I don't say the names, yeah? So the wifey maybe.
Yeah, so basically I think is the greater achievement, right?
Yes.
It's probably that we started the company, OTA company, right? Because it's the four, I mean, together, the four founders, is someone that I truly, truly believe in, right? I would not second guess them. So together we'll be able to build this company that helping tens of thousands of the MSME. So that would be the greatest achievement so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Valid. Now, a bit more deep question here. If you were to die and come
Wow.
back as a
What a
person
okay, what a
or a
turn.
thing, what would it be?
Seriously, they asked that?
Yes, of course. Deep questions, deep reflection here.
If sorry, what was the
So
question?
I repeat the question. If you were to die and come back as a person or a thing, so your second chance here, what would it be?
Wow. If I were to dare to come back, this is tough. Um, For the fun of it, I would not think. Will I get to come back again after this?
I don't know. For me, it's a one chance here.
Only one chance? Oh, that's tough. That's tough. I need to make the most out of it then.
Looks like it's serious business now.
Um, if I get to come back, probably a person, a person that I think will just do good for the society as a whole. Like, I don't know what person would that be, but just a human being that can contribute back to the society, just like what you have mentioned earlier on, just move the society or the country forward. If I can be a part of that, then yeah, anytime. I'll choose it anytime.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, for my kids, I'll probably come back as a T-Rex, Yeah. No, it's all iconic kings of dinosaurs, not very practical with the
see you
small
have-
arm,
yeah.
but yeah.
I
But
see you have boys as well.
yeah, but probably very epic. Like, my dad is a dinosaur, is a T-Rex, and yeah,
Of
yeah,
course.
yeah, yeah.
That's pretty cool in the courtyard.
Yes, I believe so, but yeah.
All right. A dinosaur then for the second or third chance.
Yeah, I'll probably be that.
All right. Now, where would you most like to live?
Oh,
Can be a type
after
of
retire?
environment when you want, ideally.
Ideally, that's easy. Somewhere close to the beach. Oh, my wife and I, we are a sucker for the sea, right?
Okay.
We love go there every chances we got. Just staying under the sun with the sip of like a pina colada. You know what I mean, right?
Beach resort life.
Yes, exactly. Use a pina colada laying there, and yeah,
You
anytime.
can hear it from now. The sound of the waves.
Yes. But still, I mean, I still need to connect to the digital world. So
Of course, of
preferably
course.
with a strong Wi-Fi
So
signal.
maybe Penang?
Yeah, Penang.
Somehow?
Penang is good. Penang is good. Yeah.
Good. Okay. What is your most treasured possession? And
Most
possession is broad as well.
treasures, possessions.
It's not necessarily a thing. It can be, but it can be more elevated.
Can it be a time?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably my time. I treasure this a lot. One of the things that I don't like is people being late. Because I've met those successful individuals that I met, they have strong respect towards the time, right?
True.
Yeah. So they don't like wasting it, and not especially in like waitings and delays, right? Yeah. So I mean, me myself as well, I don't like people being late, and I'm glad to say that. I mean, I never be late. I always be early, 10 minutes early. Yeah.
I can confirm today, 10 minutes early.
Yes. Yes, it is. It is. It is.
All right. What do you regard as the lowest depth of misery?
Lowest depth of miseries? Well, it's really
It
you're
is,
asking
huh?
hard questions,
Yeah.
huh? And they don't even give you
It's-
ABCDs to
No.
yeah.
I think, back then, this was the intellectual circles in Europe, and they were all about deep questions. Not a lot of them were working. So I guess they had time to reflect on themselves.
All
That's
right.
my interpretation of it.
Okay, wow. Now, okay, the deepest depth of miseries. I mean, to me, I'll probably link it back to a startup life that we have, right? Because a lot of time is the loneliness of it. Because as a startup, you faces challenges, day in day out, right? So if for a solo entrepreneurs to go through it alone, that is tough. To me, that's just tough. So I would think it's the loneliness, right?
Mhm.
Because for me, I was fortunate. I have another three co-founders with me, so we can always bouncing off ideas and problems and stuff like that. Then we can get feedback, discuss, and so on. So I'm quite lucky that I have them. Otherwise, it would be really tough. I mean, yeah,
I appreciate.
yeah.
Totally. All right. Now, what is your favorite occupation?
Favorite occupation. Occupation.
Yeah. It's an ideal world.
Okay. Hmm. favorite. I'll probably still think being an entrepreneur,
Hmm.
because reason being you get to solve a real world problems, right? If you
Yeah.
think something that can be better and you have maybe a way to make it better, why not?
Yeah.
Right? Wait for others to do it if you can go in and contribute, right? Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Probably.
What is your most marked characteristic?
What does that mean?
The trait of personality that is the most salient. Someone in the team could say, if they had to describe you, Kevin is this way.
I believe it's the trust that I have in them. It's the trust. Because when you're in this trust circle, right? I mean, I'll trust you completely. I give you all the tools, whatever it is that for you to make you to be able to do your best job. But then I'll expect a better, job quality out of it. But I'll give you whatever tools that you need to make that happen. So probably it's a trust. It's a trust that that I have in them.
Okay. What do you most value in your friends?
Oh, it's along that line as well. Probably loyalty and honesty. That I can share things with you that I wouldn't share with anyone else. Then they will give me a a feedback, be it that whether I like it or not. I do have a few close friends that I can share anything, and they will just tell me like this and that. And when I'm sharing that certain news that I mean good news, right? They really happy for me.
Unconditional happy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's not as happy, but you can feel that it's a genuinely happy
Mm.
that you have made it or you have done such a thing. Yeah, I would say that.
Okay. Now, who are your favorite writers,
Huh.
if any?
Well, for the record, I don't really read, but okay.
You're not the only one having said so in the entrepreneurs. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
jeez. Then might
It's
hurt the
funny. Yeah.
that's might hurt the valuations. No, okay. I don't really have a favorite actors, but I do read on biographies,
Yeah.
right? So I don't really know the writers for them, but I read like people like Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, all of them, and even Robot Quad, like the one from Malaysia as well. So what I enjoy is the real story that they have gone through and what I can pick up from there.
Hmm.
So I don't really
I
have a
understand.
favorite
Yeah. Yeah. It's a
writer
genre then.
per
Yes.
se, right? But I like to read.
Business people biographies.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I enjoy that a lot.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good. Now, who is your hero of fiction?
Yeah. Hero of fiction. So none real.
No.
Okay.
And fiction can be comics, books, movies, myth.
Movies. I think I have one. I think I have one. Let me try to recall the name. The guy that got stranded in Mars. Uh, let me think. Let me think. The one that he got stuck
In
in
what?
Mars. Mars.
The
The planet
planet?
Mars.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the name? Mark Watney or something along that line. By
Was it
that.
sci-fi?
Yeah, sci-fi. It's sci-fi.
And I'm a sci-fi
The
reader.
Martian. The Martian. The Martian.
Ah,
Like he
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
stranded
yeah, yeah,
there,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
and
yeah.
somehow he make it back to the planet Earth.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that the
Okay.
guy.
Okay.
Cause one of the quote that actually kind of resonate with me because it says like solve one problem at a time, right? Because he was alone out there, right?
Mm,
So if you solve enough problem, you get to come home. So I operate the same way when we have an difficult task, right? We'll break it down to a smaller pieces,
yeah.
then we handle it piece by piece, like solve one at a time. So we get to solve it, then we,
Yeah.
we get to be a sustainable company. That's the way how
Yes.
I,
Yes.
how I
Yes.
interpret it, right?
I understand. I have exactly the same kind of approach to things. If it's too big, it's too stressful, you can't manage anything.
Yeah.
So break it down so that it's achievable, and then little by little, you see progress.
Yes, yes. So
Okay, the
that's
Martian.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I love that. The guy.
So now, pretty much the same question, but it's history here. Which historical figure do you most identify with?
Historical figures. Oh, you got me here.
Can be a type of historical figure as well, because it's not necessarily
Mm,
someone.
I would say to me, historical means okay. I would say Steve Jobs. that how his approaches to the company Apple, right? And how he be able to bring it back at the brink of bankruptcies and everything. That really a lot to unpack there as well. So I constantly go back to that, like the biography that we spoke about earlier on. I always go back, reread again. So every single time you go through it, you may pick different things from there. So I would say probably Steve Jobs.
So I can tell hardcore entrepreneur here, down to like leisure and things in your life. It's very intertwined for you,
Oh yeah,
but it's
yeah.
great. And no wonder. All right. Now, who are your heroes in real life? Which is a bit similar thing to a past question around who you admire.
Heroes, I have a different way to interpret it. To me, I think it's my parents, right? What? Because after being the parents, then you know what is unconditional love is about,
True,
right?
true.
You give it all and you don't expect anything in return. So I would think not only my parents, but parents in general, they are the unsung hero that day in day out they go to work, never complains and all that, just to provide for the families. I would say
Very good.
a shout out for the OTA. So no, well, what we do is like we sort of enable them to be able to generate additional revenues. Then to help them
That's
to
another kind of hero. Yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes, yes.
And we will be back in a few minutes
All right.
onto OTA because so far we haven't even said what OTA was doing.
Okay,
Yeah?
okay, okay,
Which is normal because I want to start with the personality before we can jump into the business.
okay, cool.
Yeah, maybe there is connection then that we can do. Think, oh, no wonder you are doing this kind of business. All right, now, very light question. What are your favorite names?
Well, this light.
Yeah, names. Like
They asked
people
that
names.
back
Yeah,
then?
yes, yes.
Damn. Oh,
Not
sorry.
sure why,
I'm
but
sorry. Okay.
so now I know your favorite
Yeah. Okay.
sentence or word.
Okay. It sounds so. Can I say Kevin?
Yeah, of course.
It
Of
sounds
course. You like your name,
self-centered.
you like your
No.
name.
It's just okay. Okay, to me, there's okay. Why I like it is like it's Kevin, but it has a little twist to it, right?
Yes.
So it's not like the usual Kevin
Yeah.
per se. So that's
So for the record, Kayvin here is Kayvin.
yeah.
That's
So
the tweak.
yeah, that's a little twist there. So I think to me personally, I quite like that name. Thank you, Dad.
Is it your real name or you have a Chinese name as well?
No, that's
Just
the name
one
in
name.
the IC. Yeah,
Ooh,
it's
okay.
the actual name.
That's not so common
Yeah,
here.
exactly. So that's Hans. That's why.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
double love here.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
understand. Now, what is it that you most dislike? Can be anything.
Dislike. I probably have to go with being late or dishonest, lack of integrity.
Yeah.
It has to be or
Okay.
this is a big no-no for me.
Okay. Now, what is your
Sorry, no pressure there.
what is your greatest regret?
Huh. Greatest regret. I'm not sure it's the greatest regret, but it's one of the things that I still keep thinking from time to time. Oh God, I get emotional now.
What's that?
Yes. A little break. It's probably my grandma. I don't get to spend more time with her that as much as I like. She was the most loving person in my life. And she never get to
Breathe water. It's
Better
okay.
cut this out. Better cut this out.
I'm not sure I'm gonna cut it. That's true podcast here.
Yeah, it's probably her. She never get to see me marrying my wife, the love of
Oh.
my life.
Understand.
She'll be so proud.
But maybe somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I still think of her from time to time. Even it has been 8 years, I still think of her.
That's nice. Yeah. You know, there's this great poem from how is it called now? Of course, skip my mind. Anyway, it was for one of the English kings.
Yeah.
And the funerals. And he read this poem, and it's all about how
to keep someone living somehow, even after they pass away.
Yeah.
And one of the things that the poem is saying is exactly that. Pronounce my name as if I was just in the other room. I have just got actually into the other room. It's just nothing. It's still me. So don't prevent yourself from thinking of me, talking about me, because I'm still there.
Oh, that's
If
beautiful.
you think of me, I'm still there.
That's
I
beautiful.
loved it.
Yeah.
So
that's
it is
beautiful.
what you're saying here.
Yeah, yeah. Even after
Nice.
8 years. From
Yeah,
time to
I will send that to you. You will see. A beautiful poem.
Oh, lovely.
All right, now, speaking of which, how would you like to die?
Whoa.
That's a heavy one. That's 19th
Well, it's getting
century.
dark here. It's
Yes,
getting really
yes,
dark.
yes, yes.
Ouch. Peacefully, I hope. Peacefully and peaceful. I never expect that.
I know. That's why I don't send the questions before.
Peacefully, I hope, and also that I have did my very best, be it for my families or to those that who believe in me. No, it's pretty much that. Peacefully, and I did my best to my families and for people that who believe in me. Yeah.
Nice. Now we have our latest question of the 35 original 1 century ago questions. What is your motto?
Motto as in the words that I go by, or
Yeah, the kind of tagline, let's say, or approach to life,
okay.
you know,
Okay.
that is driven you.
This is probably KISS, KISS. Keep it
Okay.
super simple. If you
Yeah,
know, the
yeah,
more
yeah.
the more friendly way of saying
Yeah.
it, keep it super simple. Yeah, this is how I approach things, especially in business as well, right? For like the services or the features that most of the time we have is number one, it had to be KISS. We have to be keep it super simple because of the customer base that we have. So our belief is that
Okay.
KISS.
Very good. This episode is also sponsored by Hippies, and I want to thank you for supporting this show. Hippies is the go-to talent partner for scaling up startups in Malaysia and across Southeast Asia. Whether you're building your first tech team or recruiting that game-changing head of growth, Hippies gets it done. They're not your typical recruiters. They are builders themselves, backed by real industry experience and a strong regional presence in Malaysia, Singapore, and Indonesia. Hippies Tribe is fast, sharp, and human. They don't just fill roles. They help you build momentum. And if you're a candidate listening, trust me, they will help you find a role that feels right, not just one that looks good on paper. This is what I really value in Hippies. They come from the field, from the real startup ecosystem. They too know what building a startup or working in that fast-paced and demanding environment means. Like they say, Hippies is for the bold, by the bold. So check them out on hippies.com or drop them a DM on LinkedIn. And it's a very good transition for now the 1 minute elevator pitch. And you know how to do it.
That's that. Okay. Oh, I have to thank you, right?
And yeah, use what we said just a few days ago, because we had actually the client of mine here is about branding consulting. And so we had a workshop with the team and the co-founders to unearth OTA brand. So that now he knows exactly, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean,
how
I'm
to
still
say
working
it,
on
but
it. It's
still-
just
yeah,
2
it's
days.
still
I'm
work
still
in
working on
progress.
it. Yeah, it's still working
So do
progress.
it your
like-
way.
Yeah,
1 minute elevator pitch.
Okay, basically, OTA, what we are is we are empowerment as a platform, right? So what we do, we are reshaping the hyper-local retailers that enable them to generate more revenues from their core businesses. So the idea of it is that our approach is we engineering the growth for our merchants, and also that the services or features that we develop in the app, it has to be solving their pain point. Otherwise, there's no reason to be there. I would say that, yeah. Engineering for growth.
Yes, and it's digital solution here that
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
speaking about.
Yes, yes.
He's so good because that kind of messages we unearthed 2 days ago.
Yeah, I know. It's super hard. Like I have to like think like, what is that?
Yeah,
What?
but
Yeah,
you did it so
I
great.
tried. I
Yeah,
tried. I still
that's
can do better.
perfect.
Give me some time.
That's
Okay,
perfect.
okay,
I
okay.
love to see my clients when they do it by themselves and then don't rely on me anymore. And this is it. Super nice. Empowerment as a platform.
Yes.
Remember it, it's a new category. Yeah, this is what we
Yeah.
did. All right, so now we're going to go much deeper
Yeah.
into the company, so OTA. And I will ask you a few questions about the organization.
All right.
And as you know me, brand is my passion somehow. And so I will not ask you the usual questions, but more branding oriented, let's say, questionnaire.
Okay.
Yep. Starting with, why are you on Earth for as an organization?
Huh. Well, that's a good one. So we found at an inefficiency in the industry or the space that we are in, right? So we be able to use the technologies that to improve on the overall businesses of it. So that's why we are here is because we want to be the life partners of our merchant in business, right? The one that they can count on, the one that who has their best interests in heart. Because when they be able to grow the business, we can just tag along, right? So it's a win-win. Basically, that is what we're here for.
All right. What people do you want to resonate with
What people do I want to resonate
as an
with?
organization always?
Okay, okay. Probably the MSME, the micro and the small merchants in Malaysia, because this is where our roots are. So on top of that, they're also the backbones of Malaysia's economy, right?
Sure.
So these are the people that we want to be able to collaborate with and grow together.
Okay. How different are you from your competitors?
How different? Well, in terms of size, we are way smaller than them. But what we do have is that the tech behind us, right? Because 3 out of the 4 co-founders actually have a tech background. So we don't have to rely on other people to tell us like, oh, this is a new thing that they may be able to help you. We already know about it firsthand. We can test with it, then we can sort of like evaluate whether would it be able to help us, our process, the business, the merchant, and so on. So this is how we are set us apart, right? Our go to the market space and then all that. I believe that's the case because if you're into a bigger company, they also have a multiple hierarchy and so on. When the thing gets down to the bottom part of things, is we already go to the market. So I believe there's the speed to the market. It could be one of the
Okay.
difference.
And so the latest question would be, what do you promise to those people?
Our promise to those people, right? We 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 are here because they trusted and supported us since day one, right? So our promise to them is like we will always innovate in a way that we find what is a problem that they have feedback to us, how we can be able to help them to be it improve or how do I put it, to introduce them to the new digital era where they can stay competitive rather than being left out because they are most of them are still the underserved, the micro and the small businesses or merchants, right? So we'll give them a platform that they still be able to stay competitive in the digital era. That's the promises, yes.
Very good. All right. So now is the section where you can share any news that you feel relevant to share here about OTA.
OTA, sure. Oh, that's tough. Okay. Hi. Hello, guys. Thank you so much for having me here. So basically, we are OTA. We are a 5-year-old company, and we are growing. So if you want to know more about us, do come and visit otamy.net, or you can reach out to Vanessa asked, she can always.
I will put all the links in the comments on
Yeah,
the podcast
yeah.
YouTube page.
Yes, we'll love to connect with all of you because if you have anything that you see potentially we can work together, please come by. Yep, that'll be all.
Thank you, Kayvin. How do you
Thank you so
feel?
much. Great,
Great?
great,
That
great.
was not so complicated,
Yeah,
right?
it's not, but it's deep though. Like
It's deep,
yeah,
right?
I
Yeah,
never
yeah.
expected that. But
I know.
glad I'm here. Glad.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Kayvin.
Thank you. Bye bye.